Hello everyone. I just want to make a real quick video talking a little bit about the Evinrude shift linkage, the shift screw or shift pin, and the shift rod, and just how they all connect. Now, in my opinion, I just think that the design of this screw is not very good. There really should be a little ring or pin at the end of this to keep it from falling out. Now, as you may know, the shift mechanism changes gears from forward, neutral to reverse. So as you shift your controller, it moves this bar and it will move the linkage a little bit between each gear. So it doesn't move very far, but moves with a decent amount of force. And yeah, so it's a kind of like a tough, short motion. And what keeps the shift rod in here, so here I have the shift rod, it goes inside, and the shift screw goes in here and bolts inside. Now, the reason that I don't like this design is because of the thread. Now, I've had this happen to me 2 times, and the shift pin fell out, and the motor got stuck in forward both times. And luckily, it got stuck in forward because it was still working. However, I can't imagine I'm the only person that's had this happen, as this has happened to me twice. The issue is that getting this screwed in correctly isn't easy, as you really don't want to cross-thread it or over-tighten it, and you don't want to under-tighten it. And it's in a place where you can't reach it easily. It's, you know, if you're in the water and you have some sort of issue, it's not a fun thing to fix. And literally, I feel like it's the only fail point in the shift mechanism that is just kind of, it's almost laughable. It's just such a simple thing. All it has to do is connect both parts. The screw really needs to be designed in a way so that there is no thread, so that there's a pin or something that just keeps it inside, because as the motor, this is deep inside the motor, as it's constantly rumbling and shaking at all times, especially when it's a 2-stroke, this can just fall out. And like I said, I don't know, I thought I put it in well, but this happened twice. And I had another motor where this piece actually got cross-threaded, so you could never even screw it in all the way, so I had to replace this. However, still, you can see there is a thread. And it's just, basically the point of this video is that be careful how you screw this in. And remember, if this falls out, it's not always actually obvious. So for example, when you start up the motor, it's in neutral, and if you're out in the water, you might not even notice that the propeller is spinning because you will be moving so slowly. Then you'll put it into forward, you think everything's fine, but it actually is in forward this entire time that you're cruising along. And not only, also this is dangerous, because if you think your motor is not spinning when it's on and it's in neutral, the propeller is actually spinning, someone could get injured. Of course, no one should ever be near the propeller at any time when the motor is on. However, it's still just something to consider. You might be throwing a rope in the water or picking something up, and you think the motor is just started up in neutral, but the propeller is actually spinning. Now, just be very aware of how you put this piece in, and yeah, just make sure it's in good condition. If you can't screw this in at a fairly tight level, make sure it's not cross-threaded, make sure it's in there good. But remember, this part, it's going to be vibrating and moving with the waves at all times. So if there's any kind of play in this, and like I said, the motion also, it puts a lot of force on the screw. So this is not an easy, you push it with one finger in and out motion. This is a very strong, forceful kind of push. So I think this also contributes to it falling out. So I guess let me know if this has happened to anyone else. I said this has happened twice. It's a little unfortunate. Obviously, it's an easy fix when you're on land. Just pretty much take out the starter, find the pin, and put it in, and make sure it's tight. But this really could be a better design. I'm trying to think of something I could 3D print or something that could just be made. Technically, you could even drill a very small hole into this thread and put some sort of ring or something that you can kind of pull out just to keep it from falling out. It's so ridiculous how this one point of failure can cause such a large problem. It's one of the most simple possible mechanism you can think of. It's just literally a screw is joining 2 pieces of metal. There should never be a failure here. It's just a little ridiculous. And like I said, I don't know if this is the same on other models or other brands, but this piece it shouldn't be a screw. It should be some sort of pin that inserts and has a little ring or something on the end of it to keep it from falling out. Anyways, hope this helps someone.